Welcome, bienvenue, welcome to Cabaret, of Cabaret to Cabaret. Meine Damen und Herren.
Hello and welcome to the new Candlelight Theatre. My name is Jody Anderson Miller. I'm one of the owner-producers at the theatre as well as the choreographer for Cabaret. We'd like to welcome you to our 2005 season, and we'd like to take the time to take you on a backstage tour of the hard work it takes to put a show like Cabaret together. So enjoy.
I am your host und sage willkommen, bienvenue, willkommen to Cabaret, of Cabaret to Cabaret.
I'm Jeff Ream. I directed the staging direction for Cabaret. There are two distinct elements to the show. One being the Kit Kat Club, the nightclub where the show, much of the show takes place, where the big production numbers like Cabaret and Willkommen come in. And the other element, of course, is the real world, what we call the real world scenes, where the characters really interact with each other and we see their stories in their lives.
The first element, obviously, is the set. We're trying to make the whole new Candlelight Theatre into the Cabaret. So when you're sitting at your table, you're actually in the Cabaret eating dinner or waiting a show, like they would back then. And the set turns into different realities of the performance of the performers in the show. So there are 4 settings.
We begin tonight, New Year's Eve. The Kit Kat Club, the hottest spot in all Berlin.
But in turn, you're always in the Cabaret.
If you see my mummy, mum's the word.
We've actually been able to intertwine the two elements so that we feel like we never really leave the Kit Kat Club. At the beginning of the show, the MC explains to the audience that here at the Kit Kat Club, life is beautiful, everything's beautiful.
Here, we have no trust. Here, life is beautiful. The girls are beautiful. Even the orchestra is beautiful.
And then the next element that we're bringing into this show for the first time since we bought the theater is live music. Since this show does take place in a nightclub, we thought that live music would be the best answer instead of a pre-recorded music. So we actually built an orchestra pit around the stage so they become, again, part of the show. It's a combo, it's 6 pieces, and we thought that was another element that would bring the atmosphere of this nightclub together.
La ta da na, 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 la ta da na.
The Berlin night scene, at that time, it was right after the revolution. Germany was in major inflation, poverty, and the nightclub scene was a way for the people to escape. So it was a very liberal society. As a choreography standpoint, pretty much anything goes. Of course, this show originally was choreographed by one of my favorite choreographers, which was Bob Fosse. So I tried to stick with that style. The fun part about this show, there's so many styles to it. There's the Bob Fosse style, and then you have a song like Don't Tell Mama, which is very Charleston influenced, the Charleston of the time, so it's a little bit more innocent. Like in most Bob Fosse shows, you have the famous chair dance, which is Mon Hair, which is choreographed with chairs as props. And then there's other character dances like Two Ladies, which is sort of a parody. A lot of the dances that take place within the Cabaret after a certain point in the show are very much parodies of what is going on at the time period. A scene happens and then a song happens to sort of make fun of what's going on.
I'm Autumn Schneider, and I am the assistant choreographer to Jody Miller. And I'm also the dance captain, and I am the swing for all the women, the Kit Kat girls. I was supposed to take the run off because I am pregnant, but I will be working extra hard this run instead. Very exciting time, very exciting to be on the other side, but still get to do a little bit of work on stage, and what a great cast.
Aber mein lieber Herr, wie das nennt mein Herr, es war sehr gut, mein Herr vorbei.
And though I used to care, I need the open air. You're better off without me, my hair.
The next element you add to that is the lighting. Right now what they're doing is called focusing and coloring the lights, where they take the lights and they aim them and they focus them exactly where they want them to point on the stage, and then drop the color is dropping the color into the lighting instrument to make it the color you want. Focusing and hanging lights is one of the biggest time-consuming things in putting on a production of this scale. Lighting is something that's very difficult, and lighting is a big element of the show because the show has so many moods and feelings, and you can change that much more simply with lighting than costumes or sets.
How would a Brit say Worcestershire? Would she say Worcestershire? Would she say Worcestershire? Worcestershire. I'm not going to actually. I can't change it now. Worcestershire sauce.
If you happen to be rich and love life,
Money, 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 money. Take a leak.
for the make.
For 5 minutes, please.
Other elements technically that we're adding to the show, the Kit Kat Club sign, and that was a lot of work to make. Not only was it hand carved and built, it was also wired with 5 different channels, so each light in the sign can flicker, and it can look like it's kind of burning out as the rise of the Nazi Party, the decay of the society. It sort of coincides with that.
So I hope everyone will enjoy the show, will have a good time, enjoy the music, and more importantly, most importantly, I hope that everyone who comes to see the show will be challenged to look at this period in history and look at the state of humanity in a new way, and be challenged in their thinking, and go home not just humming the score, but also really considering what society is capable of when they let things get out of control.